Hello everyone and welcome to today's edition of KLM-TV News. Today we have a special guest with us. This is Dave. He was a commander of the Resistance Army. Thank you for coming on the show today, Dave.
Thanks for inviting me, Joey.
So my first question for you, Dave, is how did you get into the Resistance military, and were you a high-ranking commander or a lower-ranking commander?
When I first joined the Resistance military, I met with the commissioner and Amy Rose, who were in charge of the Resistance members. The commissioner told me to go see Tango Beliemer, who was in charge of the army, and she first told me that I would be a staff sergeant. So for a few weeks I was a staff sergeant in the Resistance army. Then a few weeks later she told me that I would be a commander.
So why did Tangle say to you that she was making you a commander when you only had little experience at the time?
Well, a few weeks after I joined the Resistance Army, the Knothole Royal Army and the Egg Army under Dr. Edmonds' command were against each other. The Resistance members and the commissioner got worried since we wanted to remain neutral. So she said, Dave, Knothole and Edmonds' militaries are against each other. I am making you a commander in case we have to join.
We also know that a few weeks later the Mobius tank factory was destroyed and no one knew what happened at that time since no one was there, luckily. So what happened after the tank factory was destroyed?
After the commissioner got a call from the general manager of the Mobius tank factory saying that they believe a plane from the Egg Air Force took out the tank factory, he told the Resistance members to get us ready to assist the Royal Knothole military to go against the Egg Army. After that happened, Tangle informed me that I would be commanding ground troops and call a tank battalion if needed.
We had Eric on the show earlier and he said that he saw an armored truck that was part of the Egg Army and you got impatient.
That is correct. Me and Eric were told by Tangle that a heavy armored vehicle that was part of the Egg Army was 50 miles south of the base. So we took our Resistance Army Hummers to search for them, and once we found them, Eric wanted to talk to one of our men who we were commanding, and I decided to try to take the truck out. I made the mistake of getting the general and private's attention. We got spotted, but we eventually took out the truck. When we got back to base, the commissioner, Amy, and Tangle weren't very happy with me. That was the only mistake I made at the time.
So what happened after that?
A few days following that, me and Eric were told to take our men to an abandoned fort because the enemy was occupying it. We couldn't until some of our Air Force planes could take out 2 Egg Army tanks in Beaver Woods because we had to go through the woods to get to the fort.
And you and your men went a day after that?
Correct. It was actually at night because the commissioner and Tangle thought we would be spotted easily if we went during the day. So we took a tank battalion with the St. Helder ground, hoping we wouldn't be spotted.
Were you spotted?
We eventually were spotted by the generals of the Egg Army and to tell our tank battalion to take out those armored vehicles that were also at the fort. We were able to save the fort with no damage to it.
Was the Knothole Royal Army with you to assist in protecting the fort?
They actually weren't. The Knothole Royal Army was in Seaside Island at the time to search for any Egg Army ground troops and tanks or Egg Navy ships. The next day we were told that the Egg military surrendered to us and the Knothole Royal military. So that ended the whole thing.
Alright. Well, thanks for joining us today, Commander Dave, and thanks for watching this video, everyone.